morning, everybody. The farm no longer has a full-time employee, meaning we need to hop in the tractor cab and get to work. Let's fertilize and talk, shall we? We've got a lot to catch up on. While we're outside of the cab, just do a quick visual inspection. Make sure our tires, all of our discs are still on. We've got about 1,200 gallons in. Corn is looking beautiful, especially considering these are end rows. As you can see, we've gotten some moisture. The ground is beautiful, but it is dry enough that we can be in the tractor. The pivots in our fields have already put 3 circles on, which is a lot for June, I feel like. But there is rain on the way, as you can see from the clouds, meaning that it's very important we are efficient and get this job done as fast as possible. Get this fertilizer all reined in so that the corn's roots can access it. Just verify everything is correct on my monitor. .4 miles an hour. Must admit, feels pretty fast. Just ripping through the field. We are applying 42.5 gallons of fertilizer per acre. That flashing light on top of the pivot tells me that the pivot is chasing me. It means that is moving. That is the visual confirmation that I need because I can see that pivot and its movements on my phone. I can turn it off, turn it on, and set its speed and which direction it's going. Seem to have some milkweed patches out here. Great for bees and butterflies, not great for growing corn. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you probably are familiar with this kid right here. His name is Gage. He started working for the farm somewhere around the fall of 2022, and he was helping after school because he was still in high school. So on weekends and after school, he would come out and help us run grain cart, maintain pivots, work on shop projects, mow the lawn, that sort of thing. He was in high school all of 2022, all of 2023, and then he finally graduated spring of 2024. And that is when he went full-time with the farm, summer of 2024. He worked here all summer long, all fall, and then this winter he expressed his desire to work somewhere else. Nothing happened. He just decided that farming wasn't the career he wanted to follow. And having not even been true full-time for a year, figured this was a good time to move on. I have noticed that so many of you guys have been commenting on where in the world Gage is. We miss him, but he is at a new job. He is working with some land developers. So he has been sending me pictures and videos. He's running bulldozers and excavators and dump trucks and skid steers, all of his favorite things. That's what Gage really loved about farming. Well, besides working with me, obviously, was running equipment. He loved being in a tractor cab, which I won't disagree is definitely one of the best parts about farming. So he's very happy at his new job, but he did say if we need some help on the weekends this harvest, he'd be more than willing to come and help out. Things have definitely been a little bit quieter around here without Gage around, and it has meant that Grant and I have had to pick up all of the jobs that he was previously doing. That's why we haven't been putting out as many videos. I am afraid I got a little used to having so much help around the farm, and so I was able to spend more time filming and editing things. But now without Gage, remember, we're farmers first, then filmers. And so stuff like this, the actual farm jobs have started to take priority. But don't worry, we haven't forgotten about you guys. I will say, I am a bit worried that without all of the mischief that Gage caused, our battery bandit is going to be up to more tricks. And so speaking of Gage's mischief, I thought this would be a good time to reminisce, do a little bit of a highlight reel, because Gage did a lot for us. He is so helpful, so many jobs. It's so nice just to have an extra pair of hands, another set of eyes, another brain thinking about things. And he made me laugh so hard. We truly became really good friends, honestly. You spend so much time working with somebody, you just can't help it. But we definitely rescued him a few times, to say the least. I believe he got almost every single piece of equipment on the farm stack at one point or another. There was definitely always something going on. So without further ado, Gage, I hope you're watching this. Here is our little tribute to you. Been a while since he's been on camera, but today, and also probably every single day for the foreseeable future, we have Gage here. Gage has very recently graduated high school. How does it feel?
It kind of just feels like a long weekend, but I have to pay taxes now.
Well, I know it's been a while since I've actually been on camera. It's just we've been so busy with other things, I haven't had time to personally film. I got to meet some of you guys at Husker Harvest Days at Farm Progress, which is kind of cool. That's a first for me that I've been to a meet and greet. I really appreciate it. All love you guys. You kind of talked me up, but I really appreciate all of that.
All right, let's see if this thing starts. Excellent.
Going?
We are good. Silly Gage, cats don't like the water.
Just a little.
Just a little baby hole.
Work for a little tiny hole.
Right there.
Get our little. And it's definitely not straight, but.
That goes right there, and that is what we will weld on right there. I have faith in you, Gage.
What?
I have faith in you.
If you don't know what a K-string is, it's where when the hydraulic pressure goes through these hoses into the hydraulic motors that run the blades, the rest of it that isn't getting used goes back into the hydraulic tank on the skid steer. So it's a full circle system.
It's been a pleasure. We are so excited to see what happens for you. It's going to be a good one.
I'll be around.
Exactly. Hey, don't worry. Gage is moving on to another job, but he said he'll come and help us if we really need to. So don't worry, ladies. I know you're going to miss Gage. The man candy here.
Oh, no, I don't know about that.
Seriously. But Gage has been so great. We're sad to see him go, but it's going to be really cool, and we're super excited for him. So nothing but well wishes.
Have to be super careful that I don't swing out and hit this barbed wire fence here. That is not how I want to spend my afternoon. I want to spend it fertilizing in the tractor cab, not fixing fence. Whoo! Oh, you're actually kidding me right now. Why would I have even said that? I just broke that fence post off right there. So now I will be fixing fence. Man, I totally misjudged that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that. That's not good enough. Let me tell you something about working outside all day in the Nebraska summer heat. It's hot and you sweat a lot. And when you're doing that, you're losing more than just water. You're sweating out sodium, magnesium, and potassium. Without those, you just feel zapped. And that is why I drink Element. It is an electrolyte drink mix made with zero sugar, no sketchy ingredients, just the stuff your body actually needs to feel good. Element is trusted by athletes, ranchers, and farmers like me. And trust me, it is delicious. If you are tired of watered down sports drinks and cramping up after a long day of work, Element is for you. Right now, Element is offering all of you guys a free sample pack with any purchase. All you have to do is go to drinkelement.com/Laura Farms. That's drinklmnt.com/Laura Farms. Right now, I am loving the lemonade flavor. It's tart, tangy, and so refreshing. Perfect for summer. But hurry up because the lemonade flavor is only around for a limited time. Thank you so much to Element. Now back to work. It's now a couple days later, the field's dried up a little bit, and I wasn't able to call my neighbor and tell him about the broken fence post because he doesn't own a phone. But I found him on the road and apologized, and he said it was fine. But we're out here and we're gonna get the fence post all fixed up nice for him. Returning to the scene of the crime. Still as broken as ever. Should've brought my earplugs.
You better pound that thing in a little more. Here, let's just move the top so you can
Ah, there we go.
get her a little
Thanks.
straighter. There you go. A little more. You want to hit it again?
What?
You want to hit it again?
No, I don't.
Yeah, you better put that thing down so we can swing over the top of it.
On the other hand, the corn is looking fabulous. These are even end rows, so planted at a lower population. Here's where we fertilize, that strip right there. Corn, my goodness, it's probably putting on about a leaf a day. With this heat, gorgeous. There we go. That's a true farmer fix right there. Baling wire. In fact, I think this post is stronger than it was before.
Maybe we need to fix all this fence.
That might be a nice thing to do. Well, for now, this will do. All right, back to the video. I guess if it makes anybody feel any better about a mistake they made today, I made a mistake too. So I guess we're in this together. At least the tractor looks nice. Maybe this sounds bad, but this is just what I'm thinking. This is where I'm like, man, I wish I had an employee to be frustrated at instead of myself. Because I'm so upset at myself. Why did I do that? That's so silly. Waste of my time and resources, and I wish I had somebody else to blame this on. But it's just me. It is moments like those where I think to myself, what am I doing? Why am I filming a video instead of just working? But I try to remind myself that I want to show you guys everything that happens to a farmer. And fortunately, moments like those happen to farmers. Most of them just don't tell the world about it. I know my neighbor can forgive me, but can you guys? Everybody else just sees a crazy person talking to her phone, but I know that you're here with me, listening to what I have to say, and maybe even responding. Who knows? The little wheel just slices a little divot, and fertilizer is just shot right down, right in between the rows. The corn's roots, as they grow out, will be able to access that nitrogen fertilizer and sprout right up. The master switch for the fertilizer pump is connected to this foot switch right here. So I just put the bar down, click it down, and get up to speed. We're back and rolling. We are running an auto steer line, as you can see here, so that our bar stays straight right down the middle, right on course. Product of some rain earlier, and all that dust just builds up right there. Because of the auto steer keeping track of all of this, I'm able to keep my attention focused on the monitor, but also just looking back to make sure everything is working smoothly. And of course, we have no plugs. We're not dragging anything. I'm also keeping a watch on my pump right here that little gauge, and then also just my fertilizer levels. The computer tells me a lot, but you always want to be visually checking and confirming. You know that I have to have something to eat or drink with me in the cab. So today I have just a plain iced coffee with a splash of milk. And then for my snack, I have yogurt with peanut butter and then some apples and chocolate chips on top. So delicious. I am almost out. Just about time to fill up. Fold up and fill up. We are officially out of fertilizer in our yellow tanks. So we need to refill from our big bulk tanks. We call these tip tanks because they very easily tip over. They're on a trailer, so they're mobile, but then when you get to the field, you just set them down. So the wheels are kind of touching on the ground, but like it's more of a semi-permanent temporary setup, if you know what I mean. They're hauled out empty, then a big bulk truck comes and fills them up, and then this is what we use to fill our fertilizer machine. But enough of that. Fertilizer is very sticky, and so the goal is to do this while getting the least amount possible on my shoes so I don't drag it into the cab. Make sure all of my hoses are open. Now it can flow freely, and we'll turn our pump on.
Turn the switch on.
There we go. It's filling. These tanks are emptied. I can make the phone call to have them refilled, and we can head back out in the field, keep fertilizing. Tank is refilled. I am really glad for our time with Gage, not only for all the jobs that he did for us, but I do think it taught me a lot about being a manager and a boss, how to be in charge, and I don't think I was the best boss. So sorry, Gage. You were kind of my guinea pig. I didn't realize how much it took to explain and instruct someone. When you have a job the way that you want it done in your head, you have to be really good about telling someone how you want it done in order for them to do it the way that you want them to, or you just have to really release the reins and let them do it how they think is best. I think the whole experience taught me a lot of patience and helped me understand what a lot of my former employees were experiencing. Just a really unique position, and I look forward to the next person that we hire. If we ever bring someone else on, I hope to bring a lot more managerial skills to the table. So to all the people who have ever hired someone, been a boss, had employees under them, whole new level of respect. That takes a lot. This corn was planted just over a month ago. It's looking so good. I guess I'm gonna be all alone out here. It's a good thing I've got you riding in the buddy seat with me to keep me company. And time to fill up again. It's not quite raining. It's misting just heavily enough, and the windshield wiper, kind of does something, but not really that impressive. While we're just in the cab chatting, I thought I should mention that it's been brought to my attention that there's a lot of scams going around. Not only on YouTube, where people are posting fake videos of me, but on all platforms. On Twitter, on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram. People are pretending to be me. They're spreading false information. They're posting pictures claiming to be me. They're contacting people. They're asking for money. None of that is true. I have been in contact with the police, with Facebook, with Instagram, with TikTok. I am blocking, I'm reporting, I'm trying to get these people and their fake accounts taken down, but so far, no one has been able to really help me. So I'm saying this to apologize. I'm so sorry if a fake account has followed you or tried to message you. Grant and I are happily married and not getting a divorce, and I will never ask you guys to send me things like Apple gift cards or things like that. Those are all people trying to take advantage of your generosity, and it makes me sick. I'm really trying to work on it, but what I ask of you is that if you see an account that's not this one, that doesn't have a blue check mark, that's not a verified Laura Farms account, spelled LAURAFARMS, block it, report it. Maybe if all of us report these accounts, Facebook will do something, but as of right now, they're being really difficult to work with. So I just wanted to let you all know that I am aware of it. I'm doing my best to get them taken down, but I think it's gonna take all of us. It's really, really frustrating. In theory, the rain should not affect us that much, besides visibility. Don't have amazing visibility, but that's what we have auto steer for. My main concern is that the trash, the little bits of corn stalk from the corn we planted here last year, would not be crunchy and dry anymore. They would be kind of mushy and soft and moist, and they wouldn't go to the side or cut through so easily. They'd start bunching up and hang on to each other, and that would create a plug or start taking out our sweet little baby corn plants, which is what we don't want to happen. So now, more than ever, it is important that I am keeping my eyeballs trained on the bar behind us so that we don't have any plugs. Time to fill again. This time in the rain, which I'm not exactly thrilled about because I'm not wearing rain gear, but it is times like these that I remember I could be sitting in an office and I get to experience the outdoors, and the things that I'm doing are going to help my crop grow big and strong. So I guess that's worth getting a little wet, and you know what? Humans are waterproof. So the worst that can happen is my clothes get a little wet. Oh well, we'll survive. Halfway through filling, it stopped raining. My hair got a little frizzy and I got a little muddy, but I'm not really going anywhere and I don't really have anyone to impress, so I guess it doesn't really matter unless Grant takes me out for dinner tonight, which I hope he does. We have emptied these big tip tanks almost all the way full, and hopefully that is enough to finish this field so we can call it a day. What a sloppy mess. My goodness. Everything's gonna be due for a good wash after this. I did really like the opportunity to train Gage and work alongside him. I think it was super beneficial for the both of us. I can definitely imagine the farm hiring another employee at some point in time, but for right now it is manageable with Grant and myself. But it was really cool to be able to give a high schooler the chance to work on a farming operation. You just don't see a lot of kids who have a ton of drive and work ethic, and working alongside Gage was really fun. That kid was always ready to work. So who knows what the future will hold? We shall see. We are officially rained out, but just in time because we finished the field. Sometimes I get to do things that you only really see in movies, and I'm going to share that with you right now. Are you ready? Isn't that so satisfying? Pivot is off, field is fertilized, and we can head home happily because it is raining. Now, the next thing is to hope that Grant takes me out for a nice dinner. Oh man. Just so you know, we are so grateful for you being here, for sharing our farming journey with us. Gage working for the farm was certainly an era, and it is one we all appreciate, but that era is over. I hope that answered all of your questions. I hope you enjoyed riding in the buddy seat as we fertilized a field today, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.